Welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Ashik Veerasinghe. Let's have a look at the headlines for today. SLPP candidate Gotabaya wins case seeking to stop him from contesting. Price of litro gas goes down from midnight tonight. From today onwards, we will be bringing a new segment to update you on the forthcoming presidential election, which is scheduled to be held on 16th November 2019. The Court of Appeal today dismissed the petition filed over the citizenship of former Defence Secretary and Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna presidential candidate Gotabaya Rajapaksa. The case, which was heard over 3 days, ended today with a 3-judge bench delivering a unilateral decision dismissing the case. SLPP presidential candidate Gotabaya Rajapaksa was accused of violating the Citizenship Act, the Immigrants and Immigrants Act and the Elections Act by engaging in political activities back during the 2005 presidential election while holding US citizenship. The case had been filed by 2 civil activists, Professor Chandragupta Thenwara and Gamini Viyangoda, in the Court of Appeal. The writ application was filed in court stating that Rajapaksa is not a Sri Lankan citizen as his citizenship certificate is forged and invalid. The writ also said that Rajapaksa was trying to contest the upcoming presidential election, and as a non-citizen, if he is allowed to do so, it will disenfranchise all the SLPP voters who have the right to vote for a Sri Lankan citizen who is able to legally take the oath of office. The writ also said a non-citizen trying to become president of Sri Lanka poses a grave threat to national security and the territorial integrity of the republic. However, the Court of Appeal dismissed the petition after hearing the case for 3 consecutive days.
So this is a very historical judgment because this was a judgment that became not only a court judgment, it became a judgment that was going to decide the future of this country. So this is exactly what we have been telling the UNP. Even in the past, UNP has been doing various underhand conspiracies to prevent people from choosing their leaders. So that's why during Mr. J.R. Javadana's time also, he did the same thing. He deprived Mr. Bandaranaike of civil rights and then did not allow the best opponent to contest. Mr. Premadasa, he got hold of the JVP and then created a lot of problems in the south where people were not able to vote during the elections. That is how he won the elections. So we are very thankful to the court for giving the right judgment according to the law and giving the right judgment according to the wishes of the people.
Chairman of the Elections Commission Mindi Eschipres emphasizes that not removing the cutouts and banners pertaining to the presidential election will be considered a punishable offence starting from the day nominations are submitted. The Chief of the Election Commission says that the presidential candidates have already been informed to remove their promotional cutouts and banners erected for the election campaign voluntarily. Addressing a press briefing held at the Department of Government Information this morning, the chairman of the Election Commission also stressed that the promotion banners and cutouts in Rajagiriya and the nearby areas will be removed from today itself. The Commission chief also again briefed the media on how to select the winner of the presidential election.
If anyone not gets more than 50% plus 1, not 51%, we have to count second and third preferences. Someone asked, after that also, if there will be no 50%, that question doesn't arise. Because suppose we have 1,000 valid votes, one got 400, other got 350, other 250 distributed among the others. After we checking the 250, one will get 410, one will get 405, right? Then the person who have the highest votes, he will elect. Because the 50% at that point comes from 815, not from the 1,000.
Bringing the number over 30, several other candidates also made their deposits at the Commission of Elections to contest for the presidential election 2019. The United National Front paid the cash deposit on behalf of its presidential candidate Sajid Premadasa for the presidential election 2019 this morning. Ministers Sujiva Senasinghe and Ajit P. Pereira and a number of party officials arrived at the office of the Election Commission this morning. They also told the media that they have brought the winning candidate for the election and he will be contesting under the swan symbol. Meanwhile, a deposit was placed with the Election Commission on behalf of UPFA Hambantota District MP Chamal Rajapaksa for the 2019 presidential election. The bond was placed on behalf of former Speaker of the Parliament to contest for the presidential election as an independent candidate and not as a candidate of a registered political party. Chamal Rajapaksa is the elder brother of SLPP candidate Gotabaya Rajapaksa and former president and opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa. Thus, the total number of candidates who made deposits for the presidential election by now is 33. 16 recognized political parties, 3 other political parties and 14 independent candidates have placed their cash deposits so far. UNP Deputy Leader Sajid Premadasa was officially nominated at the party convention which was held last evening. And addressing the party members and loyalists in Colombo, he vowed to lead the country with commitment even at the cost of his own life. United National Party's special convention was held yesterday at the Sugatadasa Indoor Stadium, presided over by the party's national leader and the Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, and was attended by a large gathering. The UNP's national leader Ranil Wickremesinghe made the announcement that Deputy Leader Sajid Premadasa will contest for the election, while Minister Premadasa's mother Hema Premadasa was witnessing the event on stage. Minister Premadasa, addressing the gathering, said he had no family to work for and family was the people of this country. He also vowed not to leave room for family politics, allowing capable and hard-working professionals to join the administration with responsibilities. He also said that he will prioritize the national security, providing the militaries with modern training and facilities. The UNP presidential hopeful also assured that under the government no agreements will be signed which are not beneficial for the country. He also promised to revive the agricultural sector, providing benefits to the farmers. Assurances were also given to revive the export sector and modernize the state sector institutions to make it more productive. Minister Premadasa also said he would implement a mechanism of developing the country starting at village level, adding that he would also govern with compassion, patience and understanding. Parliamentarian Anupriyadarshana Yapa states that Sri Lanka Freedom Party cannot back United National Party in the forthcoming presidential election since it will go against the interests of SLFP. Addressing yesterday's media briefing organized by Sri Lanka Podujana Perumuna, Anupriyadarshana Yapa also placed his confidence that SLFP will support them for the presidential election 2019.
We are talking to them, yes. Talks are going on, SLPP and SLFP. So what we believe that SLFP is always a left-leaning party. So we have much closer relationship to them than the UNP. They can't support the UNP because people, SLFPers will not support that. So we hope that they will support us and there will be agreement between the two parties. So we are hoping that these negotiations will end very soon. SLFP itself, the membership of the SLFP is totally against the UNP as a principle.
Stay tuned for more news after this short break. Welcome back after the break. The Consumer Affairs Authority announced that the price of litro gas has been reduced from midnight tonight. The Consumer Affairs Authority said that the price of a 12.5 kilogram domestic gas cylinder has been reduced by 240 rupees in the Colombo district and by 251 rupees in all other districts. The price of a 5 kilogram cylinder has been reduced by 95 rupees and the price of a 2.3 kilogram cylinder by 30 rupees in the Colombo district. Accordingly, the new price of a 12.5 kilogram cylinder is 1,493 rupees, 5 kilogram cylinder is 598 rupees and 2.5 kilogram cylinder is 289 rupees in the Colombo district. Master Divers Limited, the renowned marine services company which is also the organization behind W.A. Tucker, celebrated 40 years of marine experiences and pioneering specialty in underwater projects under the theme Greater Together last week. The event was attended by Master Divers value chain, including maritime stakeholders, services stakeholders, business partners, staff and other dignitaries. Master Divers engage in offshore and harbour-based marine and maritime construction activities in Thailand, the Maldives, India, Singapore and Saudi Arabia, and is the only marine organization in Asia to do so. Master Divers is engaged in towage, salvage, marine engineering, civil engineering, shipbuilding or any other connected services. Thus, Master Divers was established in 1978 and has been a part of many of Sri Lanka's historical movements over the past 40 years. Thus, addressing the event, Master Divers and W.A. Tucker's founder and chairman Arya Sela Vikramanayake said his company hopes to achieve the vision of becoming South Asia's foremost diving and marine service provider, reaching beyond the shores of South Asia with innovative technology and enhanced services in the coming years.
When this Hamad report came in, I went on asking people like Captain Henricus, when I say Captain Henricus, why did you make this? It's no more here now. But you asked them to go and study and then did surveys on the area, found the deepest location in Indian Ocean to build a port was Hambantota, and that's how it is there. Every little bit of Hambantota came off my hands and on my head, and someone has to get the credit. On board of Hambantota has to be me and no one else, because I'm saying that's a gift that I gave to this country. The largest port city of the world is up there, and we are doing work in that area. So the future of the country or our economy is going to be in that area, in that direction.
Leading e-commerce platform Daras.lk held its annual seller summit recently in Colombo under the theme Happy Selling, which mapped out the plan that Daras has for the sellers and focused on the integral part which they would play in revolutionizing the e-commerce industry. Daras's online operations are highly based on seller performance, and the summit created an opportunity to reward fellowship with the sellers and improve engagement. Over 200 sellers were present, showcasing the growing seller base of Daras. From its inception in 2016, Daras has grown immensely through its innovative technology and continuous upgrading of systems and processes.
We constantly focus on optimizing our operations in line with our business growth. Decks, sorting, warehouse, and hub teams have been the fastest growing departments in Europe, more than doubling in the last 12 months. Together we're working hard to increase our fulfillment speed and order handling capacity. Compared to roughly 12 months ago, our Dex team is able to handle 3 times the volume. We have set up new logistics hubs in Shasta, Bahula, Ampara, Barikjo, Tegel, with Anuradhapura and Wornaru going live very soon. We set up a new control tower to have a 360 view on our ops and provide real-time visibility on all our packages.
Now a review on the performances in the Colombo stock market for the past week, and a forecast for the coming week will be brought to you by a subject expert at First Capital Holdings.
The stock market remained red throughout the week, while the all-share price index closed 10-week low on Thursday. The continuous foreign outflow amidst uncertain political environment ahead of the president election mainly weighed on the dull performance. And turnover level was significantly lower, with average daily turnover level remained around 500 million. The retail activity significantly slowed down, with a buying interest emerging from the selected high net worth individual. We expect the market to continue remain on the slower side until worried of uncertainty over the president election are clarified. For the next week, we expect the market activity to remain similarly for the last week, with some participants from the bargain hunters on selective counters. And foreign participants expect to continue on a low note amidst current political uncertainty environment, resulting in a further depreciation of rupee. Undervalued blue chips are likely to be a favorite in the uncertainty environment.
Stay tuned for stock updates after this short break. Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 12.4 points to close at 5,689.9 and the S&P SL20 gained 10.64 points to close at 2,755.42. The turnover was 558 million rupees and over 8.4 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all the news for today. Join us tomorrow with Biz Roundup. Until then,